I laughed as I barely punched Toppo and already he was done with fighting me and he said no more please and I said if I were a villain I'd probably tell you right now that if you don't deliver my message to Jiren I will kill you and destroy your worthless planet along with the Pride Troopers, but since I'm not, I'll improvise and I'll say this: I will defeat every last one of you in the Tournament of Power and there's nothing you can do about it. And I picked up Toppo with one hand and I said now go home boy, and I threw him in the stands next to his destroyer Belmod and they would leave fearing that not even Jiren could beat me. And then I said it out loud with conviction and a serious tone for everyone to hear. I said go tell all your champions to train, but it won't matter because I will beat them all. This goes for Jiren as well. Belmod, tell your Jiren to train his heart out, tell him don't stop, and Margarita, you train with him too please ma'am, and then when the time comes I will show you all true terror. And then my son Freeze said to his mother, damn dad sure likes showing off don't he? And she said I love this monster form of his, it's sexy Frieza. And Freeze said oh mom that's gross, but in Frieza's mind he was thinking dad looks like this in one of his true forms. I can only imagine how terrifying he is in his other forms if they are anything like this one. He looks like a monster, a big giant muscular werewolf gorilla or something like that. In fact that's kinda what he looks like. And as all the destroyers left my terrifying visage would stay in their minds and they would feel almost hopeless and they all became frantic in preparing and training for everything and they said we are all doomed, no one is beating that monster, he's too strong, Belmod said. And Toppo said we shouldn't lose hope yet, he still hasn't fought Jiren so we don't need to lose hope yet. And Belmod said hope, didn't you see that monster? He threw you around like a rag doll and I don't think we can beat him, we never really could, maybe we should just accept the inevitable. I mean he said that he's not really a villain and Toppo said well I don't believe he's a good person either and I saw his eyes, those are the eyes that have killed thousands of people, he's a killer, probably one of the best and we can't let him win or Jiren either so we are going to train. I'm going to train Lord Belmod, so get yourself together sir because we are going to need a lot of help plus a miracle and all the universe is prepared for me. But I didn't care about that, I trained for millions of years already and my body is perfect in every way possible and because of my infinity form I can transform into any state I want, even that monstrous Super Saiyan 4 form I'm so fond of. And I decided that I'm going to provoke Jiren into trying to kill me so I'm going to tell him I killed his master and I will even throw an evil villain laugh for him to truly think I'm the one that killed him. And I trained with my wife Frieza for many years in hyperbolic time chamber and I even made love to her again and then me and Vados got married and I decided to make love to her again on our wedding night and I knocked her up again and I said darling you know you and I are probably the same age by now because I trained in my hyperbolic time chamber for over 20 Earth years. And she was surprised and she said interesting, that explains everything about your enormous powers and why they are so monstrous. And when I saw Jiren I had no reaction and I said nothing to him and I even ignored his glares like I wasn't worried about him at all. And then Brawly ended up fighting Kale and he fell in love with her and he said if we win I know we will bring you back, and he said I'm sorry but I have to do this because I can't let anyone win. And then Brawly transformed into his legendary Super Saiyan blue form and then he knocked out Universe 6 and Jiren defeated a lot of people from Universe 6 including Hit. But when I saw people about to hurt my wife I brutally beat them senseless and I threw them off the arena and she would say you don't have to do that, I beat them you big oaf. And I said that's not the point, I'm just trying to help out, that's all, this is a big tournament Frieza and we all will need to work as a team. And then I helped my team members to defeat Analyza. I shot a massive green Kamehameha wave and it knocked out Analyza and then Jiren finally decided to confront me while I was standing in my ultimate legendary Super Saiyan 4 form and Jiren said you're the true threat here and when I eliminate you everything else will fall to place and I will also eliminate all your troublesome team members. And I laughed like a villain and I said don't you recognize me Jiren, have you not seen me before, you don't remember me do you? I was there the day your master was killed. Back then my people were helping to clean up the trash on other planets and I thought your master was one of the bad guys and I accidentally killed him.